Rent in LA could soon be back on the rise, while you could be paying more in the near future. Plus, another success for Taylor Swift. Hear from Time Magazine's editor-in-chief on why the publication chose the pop superstar as Time's Person of the Year. You're watching The Rundown. I'm Jonathan Gonzalez in for Robin Winston. And for the first time in more than 3 years, LA property owners will be able to raise rents. The city council voted Tuesday to end the moratorium on rent increases starting in February. That rent increase applies to those under the city's rent control units. The city council passed a measure that would allow 4% increases in rents beginning in February, 6% if the property owners pay for gas and utilities. Property owners were hoping the city council would pass at least a 7% raise. Well, it is official. SAG-AFTRA has approved their new contract with the Hollywood studios. 78% of members gave the deal the green light with a turnout of just above 38%. This follows a strike that lasted 118 days and brought Hollywood to a virtual standstill over the summer. The agreement includes the largest wage increase in 40 years, as well as a new residual compensation structure for streaming programs and extensive protections in the use of artificial intelligence. This new contract will run for the next 3 years. Comcast, the corporation that owns our parent company, NBC Universal, is represented by the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers. Also, some employees of the NBC News Group are represented by SAG-AFTRA. Earth set another heat record for the 6th straight month. Climate scientists from the European Space Agency say this November was about a half a degree warmer than the previous hottest November. So far this year is about a 1/7 of a degree warmer than the previous warmest year of 2016. The findings come as world leaders are meeting in Dubai to discuss international policy on climate change and reducing the use of fossil fuels. It's time for a check of our forecast with meteorologist Belen De Leon.
Hi there, this is what I'm tracking in your forecast. Onshore flow has increased, so temperatures will be slightly cooler Wednesday. Temperatures will keep going down for the rest of the week. Now on Thursday, we're looking at some strong winds going through the San Fernando Valley all the way out towards the basin. On Friday, we'll have less of that wind and temperatures will be cooler. Now, I'll take you to the coast. That's where we have some high surf, dangerous rip currents expected all the way through Friday. We're looking at surf heights between 4 to even 8 feet. The best advice is just to stay out of the water. Now let's take a look at those temperatures, because Wednesday, high of 78 in West Covina, and temperatures will cool a little bit more as we head into Thursday and Friday. It's just a brief cool down. We'll have the return of some Santa Ana winds over the weekend and through next week when temperatures rise into the mid to upper 70s.
Well, detectives are looking into the murders of 3 homeless men in LA, and they're now expanding that investigation. Ballistic data from the gun that Jared Powell allegedly used to kill the 3 men, as well as a county employee in San Dimas, has now been entered into a National Department of Justice database. Police say Powell went on his killing spree between November 26th and the 29th. Investigators are trying to see if they can link him to any other violent crimes prior to that, which may have gone unsolved so far. LA Police Chief Michael Moore also praised the automated license plate reader system that's being credited with helping catch Powell. At Tuesday's police commission meeting, he says the department would begin talks to expand their use within the city. Chief Moore says the Beverly Hills system has helped solve more than 6 murders this year alone. Meanwhile, Glendale Police announced that 3 more plate readers would be deployed to help officers recover stolen vehicles and find wanted cars in connection with other crimes. For the second straight day, 2 different students brought a loaded gun to campus, canceling classes at Redondo Union High School. On Monday, a 10th grader was arrested on suspicion of multiple firearms violations, including possessing an unregistered gun, as well as having a high-capacity magazine. And then Tuesday, police detained another sophomore after someone else reported a gun on campus. There was a brief lockdown after the teen tried to run, according to police.
I think it's very scary. I think it says a lot about what's going on with teens these days. There was actually a lot of scary. There was a lot of kids. I knew one kid that was kind of on the floor crying.
Now, police did not say if the incidents are connected or if the 2 students knew each other. However, when classes resume, there will be officers at every entrance of the school. Police in San Diego County are looking for 4 thieves targeting delivery drivers. Surveillance video captures one of those crimes. Watch as a blue car pulls up to a parked FedEx truck. You see it there on the right of your screen. 4 people jump out of that car and work in an assembly line fashion, grabbing package after package out of that FedEx van. It only took 45 seconds to commit the burglary, and there have been other similar crimes, including the attempted carjacking of a FedEx truck. Police are now trying to find out if they are connected. A Grinch was caught on camera, meanwhile, in the Bay Area stealing Christmas decorations right from someone's lawn. It happened over the weekend in Antioch. In home surveillance video here, you can see someone running up to the home and they take off with that giant Santa.
I'm feeling sad.
I was not expecting anybody to steal any decoration or Santa, but then at the same time I was a little sad and a little mad.
This is now the second time someone stole Christmas decorations in the Bay Area. On Tuesday, someone stole a Christmas tree from on top of a car about an hour away from Antioch. Long Beach fire investigators are trying to figure out if a fire at a vacant building started with a homeless encampment. It's now one of nearly 400 suspicious fires there so far this year. The woman who owns the building that burned Tuesday morning did not want to be identified. However, she says she's not getting any help from the city.
I've been trying to pull a demo permit, which has taken a really long time, and we've been given a lot of runaround.
The councilman in that district responded and said the demolition permit was incomplete. Well, here's something we don't see every day. Horses trotting around downtown LA. But check out the scene outside LA City Hall Tuesday. These people are pushing for the preservation of their culture as the city of Los Angeles moves to ban rodeos. The city council has voted to start the process of prohibiting rodeos while making exceptions for certain traditional activities. The proposal aims to stop harmful techniques and devices used against animals, but it would not put a blanket ban on rodeos, which some say could directly impact communities of color.
There's no damages in these horses. These horses are our life. I mean, we care for these animals like if they were our family. So if it dies out, then we have no horses. Where's our heritage going?
Now, the city attorney is drafting an ordinance that would ban activities like bareback bronco riding as well as bull riding. And a shock for some parents in LA after they find out the charter school where their kids attend class is now closing, all because of low enrollment. KIPP Public Schools told parents 3 of their campuses will be closing. Now more than 600 students have to find new schools. Staff members will also be losing their jobs.
Honestly, I felt like a punch to the stomach.
Truly frustrating as a parent.
The teacher was very upset. She was crying. The kids were crying. The kids are very sad because they cannot be with their friends.
And KIPP Public Schools says it is working with parents to help them find other solutions. A high-speed rail project between Rancho Cucamonga and Las Vegas has taken a major step forward. The Biden administration pledging $3 billion to help start laying the track on some 218 miles right along the 15 freeway corridor. It's a $12 billion project led by Brightline, and it's been talked about for decades. It would take about 2 hours to get to Vegas from the Inland Empire. The hope is trains could be carrying passengers by the time LA hosts the Summer Olympics in 2028. And CVS is changing the way it prices prescription drugs under a new program called Cost Vantage. The company says a lot of prices should drop under this new model, but that changes will vary depending on the drugs. Prices are currently set with input from drug companies, insurers, and pharmacies. The new pricing model will use a formula that focuses solely on drug cost. And Time Magazine has announced their Person of the Year, and this year it goes to Taylor Swift. Time's editor-in-chief making the announcement on the Today Show, explaining why they picked her.
There are a number of different choices that could have represented 2023, but we picked a choice, someone who represents joy, someone who's bringing light to the world, someone who's taken her own story and made it big enough for everyone. And I don't think there's anyone who's moved so many people so well as Taylor Swift did in 2023.
As you just saw there are 3 covers for this very special edition of Time. They also did an interview with Taylor. Disney's finally giving 3 Pixar films a long overdue theatrical release. You will be able to see the movies Soul, Turning Red, and Luca on the big screen next year. All 3 of these films bypassed traditional theaters and debuted on Disney Plus during the COVID pandemic. Soul will be released on theaters January 12th, followed by Turning Red February 9th. Luca will be released March 22nd, and these will lead up to Pixar's newest film, Inside Out 2, which comes out in June. White Claw is stepping into the seltzer world, the company launching White Claw 0% alcohol. It's the non-alcoholic version of their popular canned drinks. The company says the beverage contains electrolytes with less sugar and calories than most sports drinks. 4 flavors will be released next month: black cherry, cranberry, mango passion fruit, peach orange blossom, and lime yuzu. The seltzer follows other alcohol brands exploring the non-alcoholic beverage trend. And do you have what it takes to make a concoction better than spaghetti covered in candy and maple syrup? One company wants to pay you $2,500 to make a dish inspired by the movie Elf.
We elves try to stick to the 4 main food groups: candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
OnlineCasinos.com is asking people to create the best creation inspired by Buddy the Elf's love for his sweet treats. All you need to do is whip up a very fun creation, then snap a photo of it and submit it to the company's website. Hurry, the contest closes on Monday. And candy canes are a staple of the holiday season, we know, as well as a tradition all their own. And while there is no right way to celebrate a tradition, there is a right way to eat a candy cane, right? Well, apparently so. The National Confectioners Association asked 1,500 people. Here are the results. Just over half, 55%, say they start with the straight end. 28% go for that curved end first, and 17% of people choose to break it into pieces. I think no matter how you eat it, they're always delicious. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and on our website, NBCLA.com. I want to thank you so much for watching The Rundown.